He says each glass of whiskey just makes him miss me, but that ain't nothing like the way he missed me when I walked away.
Textiles is the go-to brand for the coolest and softest Texas shirts. It is a family-owned and ran business started by two high school teachers that love to support local and the great state of Texas. A portion of their sales is donated to help scholarship graduating seniors. Tumbleweed Textiles' goal is to outfit every proud Texan with their unique hand-drawn designs. You better go check out their Texas goodies at www.shoptwt.com. Use coupon code LOCALLIVE for 20% off today.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Local Live. I'm your host, Ben Martinek. We got Miss Reagan Quinn to my left here. How are you doing,
Howdy.
Reagan?
Good. How are you?
Doing really well. Thanks for coming out and hanging with us.
Yeah, for
All the
sure.
way down from the central Texas area.
Yep.
Yeah.
Austin.
A-Tex.
Just talking about how bad the traffic was in both cities.
Yeah, I got here late. I just got here now.
Yeah, it's
and this is
awful.
not, and
So
I live
unpredictable.
here.
Yeah.
It's really no good.
Yeah.
It's Texas. The
Yep.
biggest state and yet
And
the
they
most
can't
traffic.
they can't make more highways.
How does
so.
that how's that happen now?
Yeah.
Well, we do appreciate you coming out here. We like to start off the shows. I like to kind of get into the first little bit of it here and ask, why music? What got you into music? Why this crazy career? Why?
Cool. Yeah. Well, so my dad is actually out here, and he's a songwriter. So I grew up listening to his songs and music and listening to him play. So I always say, like, before I'm a singer, before I'm a performer, I'm a songwriter. And
Cool.
so, like, I think I had written like 100 songs by the time I was 15.
Ooh,
and
that's
so I was
crazy.
just writing, but I never performed.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, I never performed. It was like terrifying to me. So I never actually started performing until I was like 22. And I was working as a missionary, actually, up in
Cool.
the Washington area with like migrant workers and the Spanish-speaking community. And what happens in rural areas is they want to do these church events. They don't have any music. And so
Right.
I just kept getting asked.
Yeah.
People kind of heard through the grapevine that I did music. And so that's when I started performing. And I came back from that experience. I was there for like 2 years. Came back from that experience and just decided, like, this is what I want to do
Yeah.
for a living in
That's
any
crazy.
form, writing, singing, performing. This is what I want to do.
That's crazy. After
So-
that experience, that was it. Man,
Yeah.
that's wild. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
It was
How old were you when you were up there doing the missionary?
I was 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd been writing then for a little while.
Yeah,
You had like
so I hadn't been
3,000
performing.
songs at this point, probably.
Maybe. I think
Yeah.
it slowed down there through
little
my
bit?
yeah. But
That's cool.
But yeah.
Awesome. So, how'd you get into instrumental? Like, would you teach yourself music? Did you take
Yeah.
lessons? How'd you get
So
into
I
that?
kind of went about it backwards. I feel like because I was writing, and
Yeah.
and it's weird because people would always ask me, like, how do you remember the melodies to these songs? 'Cause I didn't play an instrument at all.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Whoa.
but I just did, and I can still pick up a piece of music that I wrote when I was like 14, and like the melody will like come to
That
my
is
mind.
strange. My
it was
mind's
really
blown right now.
weird.
That's
It was
weird.
really weird, and so I learned instruments so that I could play my music. So
Yeah.
I learned the guitar at 13, and then I put it down for about 5 years because my brothers were making fun of me. They were way better at the guitar at that point.
Okay.
So I put it down for a few years, and then I taught myself piano. And so I started on that, and then I went back to the guitar, started playing more, especially gigging around. My keyboard weighs like 40 pounds.
Yeah,
it's
can't
heavy.
do it, yeah.
So I turned more to the guitar, and then I picked up the banjo and the mandolin kind of from there
Cool.
and just kind of dabbled in that. And so now I kind of, play them all, but
That's awesome.
That's kinda how it
So
started.
it was the whole family experience. Then you guys
Yeah.
are just like family band. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
What's
really
it,
cool.
the Partridge Family? Or
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Yeah. I mean, y'all are just killing it. I love it. I love that you started with
Fun.
writing too. We've had a few artists on here that have done that have come from that route. Obviously, singer-songwriter kind of showcase here, and we definitely dig that style. So looking forward to hearing, the lyrics matched with your performance too. So, I mean, how do you feel now with your performance? Obviously, you're out doing it, but like, how do
Yeah.
you feel?
So yeah,
I guess,
so
what have you
I
learned?
do it now, but I would still say it's honestly like still a struggle for me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of songwriters will tell you that they tend to be more introverted.
Yeah,
type-
absolutely.
Type
For
of
sure.
people, and it does change when you step on that stage.
Until, I was gonna say, until right here.
until you're
Yeah.
on the stage, and then you get that like kick of adrenaline. And performing I don't think it was always natural to me, but it grew. And because I loved music so much, I forced myself, into uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
And so now I would say it's fairly natural, but that kind of, anxiety before the show
Sure.
is always like
Yeah.
kind of
the little
a thing for
butterflies
me.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda, here we
Yeah.
go, doing it. Yeah, but that's a part of it, though. I think like even athletes have that. I would say you're about to go to the World Series or something, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, here we
Yeah.
go. It's the big game. It's the
Yep,
stage, right? It's it.
Exactly. There's like that build. Yeah.
Exactly. That's cool. Awesome. That is so cool. So, in terms of you traveling, obviously, we're talking about Texas being a big state and everything. Where do you have you gotten to play? Like, what have you gotten to experience on the road, quote unquote?
So, we played out in Bernie. We played in San Antonio on the Riverwalk. That was a cool
cool.
one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows was actually just in my hometown of College Station.
Yeah.
We got to open for Bree Bagwell out there.
Oh, sweet.
And it was a huge crowd. I think there were like 800 people. And so that one was a
Nice.
really cool. And I got to like
Yeah.
go up on stage with her and
Big
we sang
energy.
a song together.
Oh,
yeah.
that's even cool. That's
so
even
that was
cool.
one of my favorite shows and places to play because in College Station I always have a lot of people that come out
Yeah.
and that know me there. But yeah, being up here is a cool. Last time we were here, my whole band came with me, or two of the guys did,
Yeah.
and we really, enjoyed the drive up and get to
Yeah.
talk with y'all. So yeah, it's been fun. But honestly, the most traveling I do is between Austin and College Station. I think that's where I play the
Back
most,
and forth,
that's
yeah.
also where I teach the most. So
Yeah,
I go
that's
back
right.
and forth between.
Yeah,
those
tell us
things.
a little bit about teaching. Yeah, because that's tied in music a little bit.
Yeah, so when I came back from that mission trip and I made this goal, like I'm gonna make a living making music in any form. And at the time I told myself whether it's performing or writing for other people or like playing with other people, like I just didn't know kind of what form that would take. And so I started performing, but I was still working. I was working in childhood education and my major was psychology. So I was working in like human development and therapy and things like that. So I did that for about 5 years. And then those last 3 years I was playing music on the side and like recording my first EP, but also working full time. And it got to a point where this one was building the music, and I couldn't really juggle both anymore.
Right.
So I thought, what am I doing? Why didn't I ever think about combining them?
Yeah.
And so
Jump into it.
back in January, I started a business and I created a curriculum and a program that basically is a music and movement for early childhood development
Cool.
that works on development but also incorporates elements of therapy. So I created this program and I started going to schools and telling them, hey, you can pay me, for class and I'll come in and teach the kids. And that built and then ended up expanding back. So that I started in my hometown of College Station and then expanded back to Austin to do parent-child workshops.
Cool.
Where the parents come in with their kid and they can tell me what specifically they want to work with. Especially with like special needs, autism, things like that.
Very cool.
And then we work on those things. And now I'm teaching 22 classes a week.
Ooh, dang,
So I have
girl.
22 classes of kids,
Oh,
and
man.
I go back and forth between College Station and Austin, looking at hiring some teachers. And it's been kind of this. When I started this journey, I never thought that would be how I would end up making
Yeah.
a living through music.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's just been this like awesome lesson of being open to opportunities that come your way
For
and like
sure.
what God has planned for you.
Absolutely.
At least, in my heart, I believe in God, but, whatever the universe has planned for you, just
Yeah.
like being open to those opportunities and being open to like changes.
Without that openness to whatever it is out there, God in particular, but whatever that is, you're never going to find someone like you to do that job. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't exist. You're going to go down this path of, I'm going to write, I'm going to be a musician. I'm going to write, I'm going to be a day job. To have that
Yeah.
open mind to what you did, I mean, that's awesome. I give you like so much.
you.
I mean, that's incredible what you're
Thank
doing.
you.
And just I've got family that teach in that regard, but not in the therapeutic way. Anyway, it's just really interesting. That's really cool you
Thank
did
you.
that, and how I hope it advances your careers.
Thank
your
you.
performance career, I
Yeah.
should say.
Yeah.
And maybe get some people to join you too,
Yeah.
because that'd be really cool.
Yeah, and back to what you were saying about, being open to that, I think that is one of the things that one of the biggest lessons I've learned as a musician is like, we come into it, so many of us with this idea of like, I want to be at this status. I want to
Yeah.
have this many likes, this many followers. I want to be, and you pick a person in your mind and you
Yep.
think, where that person is, that's where I want to
That's where it
be.
needs to be.
But the truth is like, especially coming back to psychology, is that's a very dangerous way to measure success
Yep.
because you're always looking at somebody else. And a more effective way to measure success is looking at, am I progressing? Am I doing something that I love? Like, am I building my craft,
Right.
becoming better skilled? And if you're looking at those measures, then really, if you're doing all those things, you've already made it.
Yeah,
You're already
that's it.
successful.
That's it.
And so I feel like that was a lesson I learned, especially with this music business, when it wasn't going towards performing as making a living, but rather towards teaching, that I realized, but I have made it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm doing something I
absolutely.
love, and I'm making a living doing it, and I'm there.
Yeah.
And if I can appreciate that, then as it builds, I'll always appreciate anything more.
Exactly. And not to mention the fact you make your own schedule and you can
Yes.
now get to go play music. I mean, come on.
Exactly, which I love. I
Let's
work
be
half
honest.
as many hours and make the same amount of money. Yes.
Let's be honest here. So
Exactly.
that's incredible. You are doing it. Like that is the
Yeah,
epitome of it.
yeah.
So, and I've even said this on the show multiple times before, and we've had conversations before. There are other ways to make a living in this industry. It does not have to be as a songwriter
So
or
many
as a
ways.
musician or as a roadie. There are so many different outlets, and explore those outlets. Find out how you can get in there, and then use your strengths. Obviously, like
Yes.
the background
Hone in
of your
on
school.
what makes you unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool.
For
See,
sure.
we went off on a that was a good topic. I dig that. That was a good talk.
Yeah.
I want to hear a little more about plug up your music stuff. I want to hear where we can find your stuff so we
Yeah.
can get hopefully get some followers to you. Gosh.
Definitely.
Neat.
So, I put out an EP under my name, but all my band contributed to it, so they're definitely a part of that. And it's called Texas Sky, and this is my first attempt at country music. But when I was making it, I knew that I didn't really fit into that niche of what's coming out, on the
Right.
radio, or even what's coming out on Texas country radio. I'm
Yeah.
not really in that niche. And
Yeah.
so I decided to, back to what we were saying, embrace what makes you unique. I was like,
Yeah.
well, this is my style, kind of vintage country. And I'm just going to embrace it. So we did, and released this album, or this EP of 6 songs that I've written over the last couple years. I kind of chose the best of what I'd written. They're
must've been
very
fun.
lyrically driven, yeah. And
Cool.
then we got the guys involved and put together this awesome EP. My bassist Lance, who was here last time, actually recorded it and produced it. He went to school for audio engineering
Yeah.
and all that, and it just turned out awesome. And the response to it has been really cool. Like just seeing, meeting new people who have heard it, and then people that have known me a long time. I think this has been the best response to any recording I've ever made.
That's great.
So that can be found on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, basically anywhere you listen to music, YouTube.
Yeah.
It's out there, and it's called Texas Sky.
Texas Sky. All
Mm-hmm.
right. What else do you have coming up this year? Anything that you want to mention or?
So this year, my goal is to expand my business as much as
Right,
possible,
yeah.
so that I can perform more.
Sure.
So that I'm, working less and getting to do what I love more.
Yeah.
In all senses of the word. So this year is almost over, actually, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, the next
so just
6
playing,
months.
Yeah, just playing around wherever we can, and pushing the EP, and then
Yeah.
just expanding those classes and raising awareness for music therapy and what it can do for children and their development.
That's huge. What is that called, by the way? Did you mention what that was called?
So it's under my name. It's Reagan Quinn Music.
Regan Quinn Music. Oh, no,
But they can
the
find
business.
Yeah, the business.
It's business. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
the business is Reagan Quinn Music
And music
Classes,
too.
and it's actually all attached to my website. So
Okay. Oh.
yeah, so it's reaganquinn.com.
That's perfect.
And there's a little tab you can click on that has music classes. And so if anyone lives in Austin or College Station, they can sign up for a class. They
Excellent.
can come to one free. And we're actually expanding out in Waco. We're going to do a little program out there in Waco to kind of introduce it and hopefully expand to other cities when we can.
Yeah, you're right there now.
Yeah.
You just went to Central like that.
Yeah.
Any of y'all that know anyone that are superintendents or in the school districts?
Yeah,
Go to the
come
website.
talk to me. We'd love
Go
to
talk.
come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Reagan, we
Awesome.
appreciate you so much for being here.
course, thank you.
It's awesome what you do. It's going to be even better when you get up here and play those songs here in a minute.
Thank you.
If you're not down here yet, we're at the ranch in Las Colinas, Texas, hanging out at Tuning, Texas for our Monday evening here. Come down here now. We're about to get kicked off here in about 5 minutes. So, Reagan, thanks again.
Thank you. Thanks,
We'll
y'all.
come be back soon.
Okay, thank you. That's good. This song is called Alcohol Makes Women Cry. Women cry.
If you were a person, you'd be in prison for the man you took away from me. Murder in the first degree. Oh, and if you had a mind, I'd give you a peace of mind. That's my future that you've taken. You should be hanging. No alcohol, you make men feel alive, and you make women cry. He says each glass of whiskey just makes him miss me, but that ain't nothing like the way he missed me when I walked away. Oh, for every man at last call, there's just one calling, staring at the phone. Oh, alcohol, you make men feel alive, and you make women cry. So keep on chasing chasers, and you'll say it's the last time. But you should know you're chasing me right out of your life. Oh, and keep on shooting bourbon. Each shot goes to my heart, and I'll just lie here hurting as you tear us apart. I guess alcohol, it makes you feel alive, and you just make me